Yeah, Dad's work people have gotten a lot of them, and some people from church have gotten some.
And you're making lots of money, huh?
Well, I think we're making pretty good. We've made $33 so far
Very good. Very
in
good.
like almost 2 weeks, so I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good
Very
work.
good.
What are you going to do with all that money?
Oh, I don't know. I think Mom's making us split it up into our college, charity, and spending. Yeah, I'll probably spend mine at the fair, probably.
It's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Now, is Kay going to make it on tonight, Fritz?
I don't think so. Kay's in Ocean Isle. She said she'd probably be pretty busy tonight. I don't think she's going to be able to make it.
Oh, okay.
So it may just be us, because I think Anna's on a plane right now as well.
Okay.
So just us tonight.
Okay. Very good.
So Jane, did you watch these? The one about doodling and Maya?
Yeah.
Which one you want to talk about first?
We can talk about the doodling first.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think she's exactly right. I mean, at school, kids in younger grades or even in high grade, you get in trouble for drawing on your paper, but it's actually helping you, you know? But I don't know, is there a difference between doodling, making marks, and actually drawing a high-scale picture of something? Because some kids draw an actual high-scale picture and spend like 20 minutes doing that, and then they like zone out. I know doodling, just making some marks and stuff helps, but I'm not sure about drawing an actual picture.
I think they were just talking about making some marks and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Dad, what do you think?
I thought it was very interesting. I had never thought of doodling, you know. I haven't done a whole lot of it myself, but I can see where, you know, when you doodle, if you just kind of let your mind go with the conversation or the talk, you know, you probably relate to some of the things on it, you know. So.
Jane, did people get in trouble for doodling at your school?
Yeah.
How about
Especially in the
you?
younger grades. Because
Younger?
the younger grades, they look at that, your paper, but in the older grades, they don't really care as much. Or if they catch you doing it in class when they're talking, and they get real mad.
Well, now you'll be able to tell them to watch this talk.
Yeah.
DJ, how about you? Did anybody get in trouble for doodling in class?
Yes. Only when you get caught.
Do you doodle?
Yes.
Nice. Jane, how about you?
Draw pictures,
Yeah, sometimes.
lines,
I do.
yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. This video reminded me a lot of like the right brain versus left brain. You guys know like each side of your brain has kind of different things that it kind of does, right? The logical math part of your brain is the left brain, and then the creative side is the right brain. So sometimes they say that like doodling and drawing and whatnot like that kind of wakes up the right brain, because sometimes you spend a lot of time doing like math and science and stuff like that. And most of that's on one side of the brain, but this one is kind of the other side. So if you doodle around things like math or science, if you doodle during those, you're integrating both sides of the brain. That's pretty cool.
Very good.
Nice. Anything else you find interesting on this one, Jane?
I liked her definitions of like the 17th, 18th, and 19th century. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. I never knew what the Yankee Doodle Dandy was.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Pretty cool. Dad, how about you?
It's all was pretty interesting, you know. I wish that maybe she would have had a little bit more experience, or I don't know what exactly the right word is. You know, she seemed to be having some good information and everything, but she just seemed to be so young that I was kind of wondering, you know, about her talk a little bit. I don't know how to explain it so well. But overall, it was informative, that's for sure. So, I think I got more.
And then she talked about.
Go ahead.
Oh, I liked how she talked about the kinesthetic and visual learning, because a lot of kids are kinesthetic now, and doodling helps them learn more. And if the teachers don't let them do it, it's actually hurting them with their learning. It's not helping.
Probably right. Probably right.
That's an interesting thing, Jane, when it comes to like when they say like, you know, like the different types of learning and like where your retention, right? If they talk about retention, it's whether you're able to remember it, right? They say that if you listen to a class, you only retain, you know, a little bit. But if you listen to something and then you take notes, even if you never look at the notes again ever,
Yeah.
the active retention is more than doubled by just taking the notes. And they're finding that like it's actually the movement of the hand in taking the notes. But if you type out the notes, they're not seeing the same thing whenever you type notes as opposed to write notes, which I think is a little weird.
Yeah, because we have Chromebooks now, and a lot of the teachers are making us type notes. But if typing isn't helping as much, they should have us writing them. I like writing better. It actually helps me remember more than typing.
Yep. That's what the studies are kind of showing, Jane. So like that's an interesting thing because it's so much easier to have it all electronic, you know, like so much easier to do that. But your memory works better with you writing it down for some reason. I don't really know why. Maybe it has a little something to do with the doodling and that kind of thing with just moving your hand in that motion.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. But for your teachers, Jane, they say like if you do they get angry or anything like that when you actually like write it down as opposed to use your Chromebook to type it?
The Chromebooks are still new, so they didn't really care. They said you could write or type, but then you had to turn them in. So when you do it typing, you just turn them in Classroom, and then if it's written out, you have to give it to them, and then they might lose it or something. But some of them were okay with it.
Gotcha.
They were okay.
I'm with you. Okay. Boy, she's got a lot to say too, doesn't she? All right. Anything else on this one with the doodling? Nope.
Go to the next one.
All right. What do we think about Maya Pen?
I think she's very smart, very creative, and she got a lot of ideas, and she makes it happen. She an ideas, and she do it. Yeah. Because sometimes when we have ideas, we just think about it. We don't do it. It didn't happen. But she did. Has something going on. Yeah.
This is true. Even look at her little scarf on here. I think that's kind of a scarf. I'm not 100% sure.
I think that's one of, like her business.
Yeah. Isn't that cool? So she says she sells those all over the world.
Mm.
It's really cool.
You have a comment?
Yeah.
No.
So she started this when she was 8, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty young.
So her parents probably wouldn't her parents help her a lot with that then?
Probably, yeah.
Probably because she wouldn't be old enough to like advertise it and sell it actually.
Yep.
Well,
True.
and what, they even encouraged her, Jane, when she was what, 4?
Yeah.
For her cartoons and so forth.
Yeah.
I thought that was very interesting that, I don't know how many other brothers or sisters that she's got, but it sounded like her parents or somebody was very encouraging, and helpful. Because what'd she say? When she was 4, her father told her or showed her how to take a computer apart, put it back together.
Yep.
Can you do that, Jane?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Don't feel bad, Jane. I don't know either. I've never taken one apart.
Yeah.
I'd like to try one.
They do a lot of that, I think, over in the Philippines, Jane.
Yeah.
Because over there, they don't have as much money available. So when somebody has one that breaks down or something, somebody else just starts tearing into it to see how it's put together, what it's made of. And I think that's very good that they do that. I kind of wonder if maybe that would help some of us understand things a little bit more.
Yeah.
But,
True. So, Jane, how cool do you think it is if she's walking down the street with her scarf and she sees somebody else with one of her scarves on?
That would be really cool.
Think about that. If you were to design a scarf or something like that, or Emma and the sleazy she was thinking about for her horse, if she were to design one of those and then she goes down to Nationals, right, in Texas, and she sees a horse with one of her sleazies on, she doesn't know who they are at all, but they bought one of her sleazies and it's on their horse.
It'd be really cool.
I think that's pretty
Definitely.
cool.
It'd make you think of more things to sell.
Yeah.
Give you more ideas.
Completely cool. And Dina, I 100% agree when you say like the idea and actually like going after it after you get the idea. I was lucky today. I had a friend that came to visit me in the hospital, and he's a nurse that used to work here at the hospital. And this guy always, like, John and I used to live with him here in Racine. He used to be a roommate of ours. He would always have a ton of ideas. Full of ideas. He didn't actually implement any of his ideas.
Yeah.
But he had a lot of ideas. And now, as he was asking kind of how everything was going kind of with the business that he watched John and I put together. And he was giving us a lot of ideas. Some of them we, thought were good ideas. Other ones we didn't do. And he was like, well, I'm still thinking about starting something. I have a lot of ideas.
Yeah. And can't even start. I think most of us has many ideas. The problem is how to start, how to make it happen.
Sure.
It's a lot of brave, a lot of
courage
to make it happen.
Yep.
That's funny that we're bringing that up because on the internet today, they had a little piece about that. People that were brave enough to start their own business, Jane, And it's just like this little girl, Maya, you know, she had her parents encouraging her, but as you get a little bit older, a lot of times people don't encourage you so much. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger always said, you know, there's plenty of people that say, oh, that can't be done. But on the internet today, they had, I think there was 7 or 8 people that at one time in their life, either right out of high school or right out of college or maybe a little bit later, they actually started their own business. And I might send that over to you and everything because I copied it down and put it on my email so that I would have it for later because I thought that was very interesting, you know. But a lot of them say you start small, you take baby steps, but you keep the courage up and the self-confidence. And you just get it done because if this is what you truly love to do and you want to do this, make it happen. Just do it, you know. And like one part of it, one of the people talked about, you know, you have to really commit to it. You have to say, I'm going to do this or die. Now that's getting pretty drastic, isn't it, Jane?
Yeah.
But sometimes you just have to say, I'm going to make this happen because I want it to happen and everything. And you'll be surprised how many times that does work, you know. And another part of it was talking about don't be afraid to fail. Have you ever failed at anything, Jane?
Yeah. I have.
That just shows you one way that doesn't work, and there's lots of other ways out there that you can try. I'll send you that email, and you can see on it there's other points that they talk about. But a lot of the people just said, hey, this is what I want to do. I love doing it. I'm going to do it, and they did it.
I failed at swimming before, and like we just took swim practice, and I failed at that. But now it kind of makes me want to learn to swim even more, so I want to try again.
Good for you, Jane. Good for you.
Yeah.
Why does it make you want to learn how to swim more?
Because I couldn't do it before, and so I want to prove that I can do it now.
Do you want to prove it to them, or do you want to prove it to you?
To me. But I can actually do it. I'm okay. I mean, I can do it for a short time, but not like long periods of swimming.
Good for you, Jane. Good for you.
Very good. Very good.
There's a lot of people that try to compete against other people, and Jane, it's like once you beat everybody else who's around you, then you only kind of compete with you, and that's the only person you should ever really be competing against anyway. I feel like you're just competing against yourself to make it to where you're better every day. You know, it's not really a competition with anybody else anyway. You just need to get a little bit better than you were before. If you can constantly be growing, constantly be learning, constantly be pushing a little bit further, that's where happiness comes from when you have that growth, constant growth all the time.
Jane, have you ever heard of Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
Tiger Woods was really, really very good in his younger years, and lately he's been struggling a little bit. And again, he had something on the internet today about how when he's out there, it's just him against the course. He's not trying to beat anybody else. He's just wanting to do the best he can. And that's only the way that he excels, you know. You can't put any undue pressure on yourself. You just keep saying, I'm going to do the best I can. And that's how he has done what he has in the past. And that's what he's continually trying to do now.
And this video also tells us that age, doesn't matter in business. You can start, when you're young, when it doesn't matter. As long as you have the guts to do it, go ahead. You can make it. Just like her. She started 8 years old, very, very young. It's just inspires like older people
It's true.
to watch.
It's never too old, never too young. And like the cool thing about starting early, like Tiger Woods, do you know when he started playing golf?
I don't.
He was 3 when his dad started teaching him how to play golf, and they'd spend hours there. Like Mozart, do you know when he learned how to play piano? He was playing for the king by the age of 6. There's always a learning curve, right? You guys have heard of like a learning curve, like where you kind of struggle, make your way up, and then you become pretty good, right? Everybody has to go through it. The sooner you get started on the course, the quicker it's going to go, right? That's one thing I learn with other entrepreneurs all the time when they start businesses, but it's the same with any sport, anything. Like, there's a lot that has to do with experience and having good mentors and stuff around you, but like experience, like you kind of have to try it. You have to try and fail. Like there was a study with millionaires, people who were millionaires who had their own business by the age of 30. So they're 30 years old, and they were millionaires by business. On average, they had 17 failed businesses before the one that made them $1 million. 17. That's a lot of failed businesses.
Yeah.
But like, if you look at it and when you ask them, you're like, wow, that was a lot of failure. They're like, well, each one got me closer to the one that actually worked. So if you only do 2 or 3 or 4, and if they would have stopped, they just wouldn't have never made it to the 17th. On average. Some people it didn't take that many. Some people it took a lot more, but that was the average. She's a real growler. Is that Emma she's growling at?
Yeah, she's growling at Emma who's coming into her room. Now she's excited. Hi guys. She's yeah, and I liked how she's eco-friendly.
Oh, that was cool too.
Because yeah, you have to protect your environment. Claire has talked about this before. She's like, well, the people, they're just killing themselves and they're killing us. There are these people cutting down trees over by us, and she saw the tree fall, and she's like, they're killing us. It was funny.
Oh, Claire. No, I thought that was cool too. So would you do that, Jane, if you were going to start a business, would you try to be really eco-friendly like that too?
Yeah, so I definitely would. Enough people don't care that you have to, and it's good for the community also to protect the earth more and more.
Yep, completely. All right, what else? What else you guys find on Maya? Hey, Claire.
Hi.
I am.
That's Claire.
Oh, Claire Bear. How are you, bud?
Good.
Good deal.
Claire's Claire, you got big plans this summer?
No.
No.
No, just going to camp.
Going to camp?
Yeah.
That's cool. How long's camp? A week? 2 weeks?
4 days.
4 days?
Yeah.
When do you go? Soon?
Yeah.
Oh,
We leave tomorrow evening.
Oh, that's exciting, you guys. Good work.
Where's Claire? Claire, you need to talk to DJ. She's been writing Spirit all the time lately.
Yeah.
He's getting to be a big puppy.
He can't be fat, Grandpa. Can't
I
gain
know.
that much weight.
Well, come down here. You can ride.
I'll give him a workout. Don't worry.
You better exercise him, Claire.
Very good.
He's gonna be a chubby spirit.
Yeah. Very big.
DJ, how often you ride?
How often do you ride?
Every night.
Wow.
Every night?
Yeah, most.
And she rode yesterday morning too. So, oh, this morning. Okay. But yeah, she rides quite a bit. She plays her piano.
Guitar.
And Jane, she sings all the time.
Nice. Cool.
That's cool.
DJ, you need to get that
So-
story.
What else? What else on Maya? Anything else for her?
I can't believe on both of the girls, and I don't know how old the young lady that talked about doodling was, but they were very good speakers, don't you think, Jane? Like Maya being 13 and she gets up in front of this crowd and talks with so much confidence and everything. I thought that was very, very good.
Yeah, I think that when you're a speaker like that, you have to have a certain voice. Does not keep your attention. Because some people, when they talk like to a crowd, their voice is like real quiet, or they have a weird voice, or a voice that doesn't, get your attention very well. I think that has part of it to do, and how you use your emotion in your voice.
Exactly.
Now, Jane, have you done much speaking?
No. Last year we did speeches in class. Like every week we did a speech for 9 weeks. So we did like 9 speeches. And then this year we've had a couple different speeches, but that's been about it.
Good for you, Jane. Good job. How did you like them?
It's fine. I don't get real nervous like some people do. Like one of my friends, she starts crying before she has to do it, or while she's doing it. I don't know. I just do it and get it over with. It's better to get it over with quicker than later.
Very good, Jane.
And I've learned that it's easier to do it when it's something you like talking about. Because we had to do a president's speech. That wasn't really fun to talk about, the president's life. But then last year we did different things, like if you could invent, or if you have 3 wishes, what would they be, or something cool, more creative is more fun to talk about. And then we did debates and reading class. That was fun too, because you can actually argue your point, and like it's more actiony and lively, stuff like that.
I bet you argue pretty well, don't you, Jane?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Now, DJ, I saw your speech. You did a really great job.
Thank you.
Jane, did you see DJ's speech that she did in front of the middle school?
I looked them on Facebook, but I couldn't find it. I'll check again, though.
DJ had to send a link to Jane. That's pretty awesome. That's really great. Do you know that they did a study and they asked people what their biggest fears were? And do you know that the number one fear before being burned alive by fire was getting in front of their peers and speaking. They did another study where they said you have two choices. If you were going to either, you have two people you can be at a funeral. The person who's speaking at the funeral or the person who's dead in the casket at the funeral. Most people said that they would rather be the person in the casket than the person actually speaking. That to me means that public speaking is an amazingly great skill to have because nobody else wants to do it.
That's right.
So if you're good at speaking in front of a crowd, you can get them eating out of your hand, just like you did from what I hear, DJ. I hear you're like a celebrity in Brownstown now.
Yeah. I love speaking. I used to be like hosting programs in our place, the big city and small city.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's easily something that's a real skill because a lot of people are really scared to get up in front and talk.
Yeah, I get scared, but when you start doing what you want, you conquer it. And important is you know what you're doing. That makes you really, gives you big confidence in yourself.
Yep, 100%. Nice. So, DJ, did you take any classes on speech or public speaking in high school or no?
No.
No? Not yet? Don't they have? I thought they had at least one before you graduate.
I don't know. When I was in middle school, like in 7th grade, they wanted me to be in an advanced language arts class, but I didn't want to because I wanted to be in Mr. Allman's class.
Why, Mr. Ullman nice or what?
Yeah, he was my favorite teacher.
What is teaching language arts?
But how about you, Jane? Will you have an opportunity to do a lot more speaking?
There's a speech class in high school that I could do, but I think it pretty much in high school every class you have to do a speech at some point. They like teaching that, but it isn't really helping because there's, like you said, there's so many people that are scared to do it. That means I need to find a new way of teaching it because everyone gets so scared. And it shouldn't really be that scary. I mean, there's people talking to. I think it's probably more how they judge you than how like you're actually talk, So they can judge how you look up there or how you're talking and what you're talking about more. Emma's coming in.
I gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Em. Hey, Emma.
Hey.
Hey, we're talking about public speaking. How do you feel about speaking to your peers?
It makes me nervous.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Oh, I don't know. Like, I've done public speaking in FFA, so you're in front of like a panel of judges. I can do that, but peers, that makes me nervous. I mean, I still do it, but.
But a little nerve-wracking for you?
Yeah.
Now, you gonna be taking any other classes on it?
Public speaking classes or the speech? No, I'm taking one as a speech. The speech is a speech class. There's about that. There's a speech class. I'll take that as a senior. It's like debating. She has them debate. The teacher's really good, and I said, yeah, the teacher's great, and so that's why.
Jane, you'll dominate that class.
Yeah.
Do you ever lose a debate?
We did one in school, and our side lost once because we were saying too much personal stuff than actual facts. Their teacher made us get all sorts of facts up. You couldn't use anything about your life, and it was like she said that we were relating it too much to our life than actual research. We couldn't find. You can't find research in like 20 minutes that you have to collect research. You can't find enough to back up everything. But we still did good. And then in the other one, our debate side won.
Nice. Nice. So, Em, we're talking about Maya, the young entrepreneur, cartoonist, designer, activist, all-star.
Okay.
Did you
I don't know
watch?
if I've watched the video.
Did you watch hers? No? Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, awesome. So tell me, anybody else? Anything else on Maya? Anything else for her on her video?
I thought she was a very open-minded person to where she would listen to the people around her that was trying to help her. That's a big thing, because a lot of people, you know, maybe she started learning when she was younger, you know, because sometimes as you get a little bit older, you don't want to listen to too many people.
What's that, Dad?
So,
What was that part? Sorry, I just wanted to make sure I caught that right. What? Could you say it one more time? My audio just kind of went out there for that part.
okay, good.
Look.
That's for sure.
No comment.
All right, nice. So, Dad, you like Steve Jobs, right?
Absolutely.
And Jane, Emma, you guys know who Steve Jobs is? I know you guys do, DJ. Right?
DJ, Steve Jobs said. Yeah.
So, remember what he would always say at kind of the end of his speeches? He would always say, stay playful, stay curious.
Yeah, right.
Right? So to always be open-minded. That goes no matter what your age is, huh, Dad? Always being open-minded.
Yes.
He is very open-minded.
Is he?
It's amazing, Jane and Emma, just how much I'm still learning. You know, we used to have a principal that said you were supposed to learn something new every day. And when I first heard that, I didn't think much of it. But as you go along, you'll be surprised. You know, if you can just pick up one idea every day, that gets to be a whole lot real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can start doing what Caroline talks about as far as connecting the dots. You know, where you remember this thing that I learned and then that thing, and then they start going together, and before long you say, yep, that's how it's done.
Because Emma, Jane, you guys know the definition of creativity?
Mm-mm.
Creativity is when you match up two things that don't seem to relate together in some way. So it's taking something old, inserting something new to create something completely and totally different. So in order to have those things, you need to know about multiple things, right? Like all kinds of little dots. And then you can kind of connect them. And as you connect them, you can try and see if it works. maybe it's a bad idea. Maybe it's bad creativity. But, you know. Oh, she's mad now. Mad.
She's learning how to walk, guys, and when she does, sometimes she'll lose her balance and hit herself. So it takes about 20 seconds for her to get quieted down.
Aww.
And that's, now get this, Dan, because that's a really good example right there. Unlike quitting and failure, if you tried to walk, if you know, like, if Eunice was trying to walk and, you know, like, she tried a couple times, she fell down. If Dina was like, hey, listen, Eunice, you don't seem to do very well at that. You might not want to try that a whole lot more. You seem to suck at walking. Is that even an option? Like, how long would you give a baby to learn how to walk?
Long time.
Their whole life, right? I don't care. Get it right. Like, walk. Learn how to walk, right? It makes you wonder why people would give up on anything else, really, that they really want to do, right? If you really want to do it, then you just keep going the whole time, as long as you possibly can.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So do we have, let's see, have our goals for last time? Oh, I don't see him, Kay.
Yeah, not there.
Wow, let me see if I can find goals. All
I
right.
forgot another positive focus too.
Oh,
Is that
tell me.
a couple nights ago, Ivy got in some grease or something, ate it, and almost died.
Who
She
did?
kept puking. Ivy ate it. And
Oh,
she's a small dog. She weighs 4.5 pounds. That if she eats that any table scraps, it can cause pancreas disease and she can die. So she was puking Friday. She puked like 9 or 10 times, and like twice it was on me. She puked down my shirt, all my sleeve, and I actually woke up to her puking all over me. So that was not cool. But she wasn't feeling good, so we took her to the vet, and they said it could be the pancreatitis, so we had to watch her, and she'd have a shot and special food. But she's okay now. Thank heavens, because she could have died.
wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty scary.
Yeah, that was really scary.
What'd you do when you woke up and there was dog puke all over you?
She's done that before, and I just cleaned it and rinsed out of my shirt and brought it upstairs. I was gonna tell Mom so she wouldn't